What's going on, guys? Just gonna take you through a quick install of a simple install of a Smittybilt winch. This one right here. It's already on there now, but it's on my buddy's JK, and just gonna walk through that simple installation of how easy it is to throw a winch on there.
We were shooting in Miami for Wheel Parts, so we picked up a winch from them.
All right, we got this Smittybilt GEN3 winch over here. It's gonna go on. No, it's already got one. Nah, probably won't work on there. Yeah, let's put it on there. This is very heavy. Yeah, all right. Got your winch line, synthetic, fair lead, pretty nice looking. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright, more stuff. Some negative cable. It's a pretty good looking winch. Smittybilt has come a long way. Alright, what do we got in these boxes? Oh, looks like all our cables. And the winch controller. Alright, installing this on this already existing bumper, EAG or whatever that is. Looks like it has a factory plate here that's going to be in the way for these. So this out of here. This TJ tailgate comes in real handy when working on something else. Actually, it looks like we don't have to take the bumper or this off. We can get these guys on here by kind of forcing them down. It's always a good idea to put the fair lead on first because there's not usually a lot of room for the bolts on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. With the supplied hardware, starting with the bolt, a washer, put that through, lock washer, and nut on the inside. Something real important to note is you don't want this. You don't want the winch rope to hit this first on synthetic because it can damage that. So you need to make sure this is centered and then it's like this so you have enough room. This one still might need a little room, might need to be trimmed a little bit, but we're gonna see how it goes. But you definitely don't want it completely off to the side. You wanna make sure you get this thing lined up to where your rope can do a side pull and not have to be cut by the fair lead mount here. supplied hardware to mount the winch to the bumper, along with the two that we already placed on here just because we have this plate going. With the winch upside down, you'll see these little cutouts right here, and that's where these square are gonna go in there, and that's gonna allow it to mount to the bumper. Did forget to put the lock washer on this before it goes on. Alright, now it's time to get this guy up here. It is very heavy, and make sure you don't drop those nuts out. I'm gonna place this guy on here. Alright, from underneath you can see the holes, and the best way is to kind of try and get a screwdriver up here and line up your winch. There you go. Now it looks like the hole is lined up pretty good, and we can get our bolts in there to attach the winch. Get it in there, a couple turns, finger tight, pull on it, she's good, and then we'll cinch her down. This is tough, but the misalignment bolts or nuts on the winch allow you a little bit of room, so those two seem to be good. We'll get the other ones going. There you go, we got all four started, and the winch is in place, so that's nice. This plastic guard was more of a pain to remove. I had to take the whole bumper off, so we just notched that a little bit. You won't see any of that, and then still get the thing secured. It's a little extension here. We're able to get this guy on here through the bumper plate, luckily. Got it cinched on there. Threw a little wobble on there to help us help me reach the top one. Looks like they got a little winch pull on here. Gonna remove that.
What we do here is go back.
Click this in the free spool, and you can move this where you need to. Tell me the direction of the rope to mount that right there. Rope cable mounting location. All right, we got this thing mounted up, and it's time to get it wired now today. Pretty simple. If you look at this, it's really kind of nice. They have all these parts labeled D, B, C, and A. And then it's pretty nice. They're all right here. Labeled B, C, D, and A. Pretty straightforward. Gonna connect these guys up here and run the power negative through there over to the battery. This is the wiring diagram they give to help with the control box. If you need more detailed, it's on page 10 of your manual there, giving you a little bit more info. There's also a couple options. You can mount this guy here, or you can mount it in the center. Using the two brackets alike, I think I'm gonna mount it in the center, and those guys just pop on here like this, the front end first, and then down. There's some screws on the back side. So here I have the winch box upside down, the controller. You're gonna wanna put the mounts on here first and then put it on there. So we're just gonna go ahead and get these guys in here. Run the wires through this guy in the back, and pop this on here. Front first, and then turn it down on the back and screw it in. Ran these under the grill, next to the radiator. Helps to have a buddy. And up through here, up and around, so we can get those over there and not touch anything moving. Decided it was easier to take the airbox out and get this away from all these moving pulleys and parts. Running pretty clean. Thin black wire from controller box and black negative go all the way over on the A here. So to wind it in the proper way, you want to feed it through, under, and back around like this. And there's your mounting hole. So you're coming through, over the top, and that's how we're going to mount it. Now you're ready to spool it on. Controller cable looks like this. You can tell easily which way's up, which way's down. 3 pins on the top. Plugs in nice and easy. Controller lights up, lets you know you're hot, and then you can switch it in or out. Also has a little flashlight right here. Let's see, it looks like you operate that. There you go. Good for working on it at night, seeing what you need to see. It's pretty cool. Never seen that before. You want to bring it in under tension, but you can get it started. Gotta install this hook on the rope before we wind it all the way in. So pull that pin out there, put that on there, slide that through there, and then it needs the clevis right there. Bend the pin around, keep that clevis on there, nice and tight. There you go, that is the complete setup finished. All spooled up and ready to go. Looks pretty good.